Hey, what's going on? Welcome to a new episode of Une Sports. This is episode 83, Mike. What's going on? You're joined with Mike and Richie, your host. What's going on, Mike? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Apologies. I'm a little under the weather, so if my voice sounds a little weird, that's why. But we're doing good, man. Getting
Pretty good.
there. Getting there.
What's good?
Took my flu shot yesterday, so I'm feeling it.
It's always after day after flu shot, you kind of feel like you're sick or something like this.
Yeah.
So you can always listen to the episode on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. And again, this is episode 83. And how's the week, Mike? Anything fun or weird?
Nothing fun,
actually,
man.
something fun happened to you. You saw
What?
You saw CD Lim.
No, I didn't. Like, he just came to my store. I was off, man. Like, they told me the next
so
day.
they told you. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought you were
they
like
told me.
right there. I was gonna tell you,
Nah.
like, hey, tell him like, hold on to that contract, man. Like, they gotta get you paid.
You know what's funny? And like, he's on there's a magazine that we sell, and he's on the cover of the magazine as well.
Okay, like you like your company sales or
Yeah, like he was
okay.
he was on the cover of the magazine as well. And my boss was saying like, yo, we should have gotten him to sign it, and then
Yeah. So he just came in. Like,
Yeah.
they tell you what he came in just to
Yeah, I
check the
guess he
store
just
up or
I just came to shop, because we're close, we're close by
you didn't cause no
the
scene like
Cowboys.
Offset?
Nah, like over there, like we try to stay because it's like it's a pretty affluent area, so we try to be like low key and like try to respect everybody's spaces and stuff like that. But where I work at is really close to the Cowboys off-season practice facility. So, we be getting a lot of athletes in here. Like I told you, mad randomly.
And you said how far is it? Like
It's
the
real
Cowboys.
close.
Okay.
The off-season facility is probably like a 10-minute drive away from us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way,
really
preseason
close.
started, so
Yeah,
good
it's
timing
really
too.
close. Told you I saw Thaddeus Young like mad randomly just coming in there like.
Oh, like you were there.
Yeah, I was there
He
when Thaddeus.
He plays in Dallas or
No,
he
he's on the Phoenix roster. I was like, what the hell
what
are you
are
doing here
here?
for? Why are you here?
Maybe Phoenix were in town or something.
Nah, it was the season had already ended. It was around the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Dallas is Dallas is the city, so around
Yeah.
here, so it's
Yeah,
it's either Dallas or Houston. So I guess he came to chill.
I guess. And by the way, the season opener is on September 5th. It's on
Okay.
a Thursday night, and it's Baltimore versus Chiefs, 8:20 on NBC. NBC's lit again. They get in and they get the NBA back. Yeah. So yeah. So on today's topic, we have like three major topics, and then we're gonna end the show. We're doing a throwback, Mike. We're coming back with what's up with that.
Okay.
For the ending segment, and if anyone remembers, what's up with that is one of many ending segments games that we have, but this one is particularly. I gave Mike like a something that happens in sports, and then he just gives me like a 60-second reaction, is like how he feels about it. So just to give everyone a reminder. But the major three topics we're gonna have for today is the USA basketball, the men and women, they win gold, as expected from them. Second topics would be where is Curry's, or where do you feel like Curry's all-time ranking should be in the NBA list?
Mm-hmm.
And to end the show, just a very brief preview of La Liga and the Premier League. And those were like the La Liga and Premier Leagues were like Mike's request. I don't think he really cares about. I don't think he really cares about the French league or the
No,
Italian league.
actually,
I'm joking. I'm
this
joking.
year, actually this year because my boy Mason Greenwood is playing with
Oh, okay.
Marseille,
Marseille, yeah.
and De Zerbi is a coach that I had really high up on my list. I questioned the decision of going to Marseille, but I like the recruitment that he's done with Marseille, man. So I'll try to pay attention to Liga this
Okay,
year.
fair,
Yeah,
fair.
I'll try to
I
pay
have.
attention. And
Uh,
Mbappe's not there anymore, so I think PSG will probably be a little bit more balanced, but we'll see about that.
Fair enough. So, well, you want to start with the gold medal,
Hmm.
or okay, since the women team just won against France as well. So,
Great game
uh,
too.
great game, yeah,
Great
great
game.
game. So, yesterday, the Olympic basketball team, the USA, they won yesterday against France in the final, which was the gold, the medal game. It ended 98-87, and that's five straight gold for USA. And also for the women, they won. For them, it's actually eight straight gold, Mike. They won 67-66, went straight to the end. Um, what can we start with? We, well, did you already like? I feel like for both men and women, it's expected for them to win. I just saw like I'm not sure if it's legit, but I saw a commercial that says every 4 year, every team gathers around from Nike. Every international team gathers around just to win the second, to compete for second. So it's like expected that men and women for USA for basketball, like it's gold on like failure.
Yeah.
What have you seen from this team that were called the Avengers from LeBron James? What did you see that you liked from them, and any players that, well, LeBron got the MVP, but any other players in the USA basketball, any combination that you liked, anything that you liked from the final?
I mean,
What was
for
your
me,
reaction?
from what I saw, I mean, I think but the public doesn't know. But I was saying that Steph Curry was mediocre to trash the
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember.
entire
Yeah, I remember you
the
said that.
entire Olympics. And when it mattered most, and the games that mattered the most, the
Hmm.
semifinals and the finals, he shows out like the big dog that he is. So, for I want to start off by applauding that. KD, you know, always impressive. The guy has no preparation whatsoever. You
No
know, we were
exhibition game.
yeah, we were assuming that he was probably gonna be in the starting lineup, but sometimes things happen and it's like it's meant to happen. So
Yeah,
now Kerr is bringing him off the bench, and there's like this lethal arsenal that's coming off the bench, like greatest Olympic scorer in USA basketball history, now, and
he
then
got
he's
four
coming,
medals, so he's the
you
most
know,
decorated for men.
and that just shows like how much of a baller that he is and how much that he's likes playing basketball. Like
Yeah,
the dude could have just
KD's
he's
a basketball
36.
nerd.
He's 36. He could have taken the time off and be like, yo, hey, man, this team has enough committed legends. I'll take the summer to, especially after coming off a really tough season with Phoenix. I'm going to take the season off and, try to work on my game, look after my businesses and stuff like that and like come back and get ready for the NBA season. But he didn't. He went with LeBron and Steph, created some incredible memories. So that was crazy to see. I was really impressed by Devin Booker's ability to
Yeah, I was saying
actually
that he
to
he's probably one of the players that played that sacrificed a lot from his game.
yep.
So did a
Like
lot
if
of things, man. Like first half against France, he was making the right cuts. Allowed USA to get it going with those cuts, not just standing behind the 3-point line. So he had a very good game as well.
yeah,
He
very
was
good
very
talent.
efficient first half too. Anytime he was open, and they
Exactly.
needed that bucket, and he was getting, yeah.
Very efficient throughout the tournament. I think finished with averages of like 11, above 50% shooting. I think his plus minus was incredible. So one of the better players of the tournament. Bam Adebayo, always impressive.
Yeah.
Um, Joel Embiid, I was really disappointed, but again, he showed
Showed
up
up
when it,
against Serbia.
yeah, showed up when it mattered, and you know, and these moments really emphasize like, okay, why would you want to go after a guy like that? Because he showed up,
Yeah,
like in a moment that the team needed him, like he
he
showed
showed
up,
up.
and
Yeah.
that's why
He was
like
in it tough buckets too.
so when I was thinking of like you got plenty of talent. Maybe not at the big man spot because like a lot of big men in the NBA now or foreign players who have foreign passports and stuff
Yep.
like that. Which Joel Embiid is one of them as well. Like he could play for France, he could play for Cameroon,
It's
but
crazy. He said he's, he said
you know.
which beat is also.
But you kind of see why like they go, Grant Hill and whoever else from Team USA. They
Yeah,
went
we
out
gotta
and
get him.
went
Yeah.
out and recruited him and say like,
Yeah.
hey, send him an invite. Like, hey, how would
Yeah, I
you
mean
feel about?
sometimes when you need those buckets, like and then you could feed Embiid and then he could get you three straight buckets because um close to the basket he's that good. So yeah, you gotta go after. You don't want
Yeah,
your opponents to get him.
yeah.
And
But I think what myself and most people were probably most disappointed off in Embiid is the fact that up until that point, like it seemed like he was doing the same thing that he does in the NBA nowadays, which is like foul baiting
oh
and
yeah.
the other thing is that like he does not look in shape whatsoever. Like he looks like he's off the pace. Like he probably needs to, lose maybe 10 pounds probably to help him out for a longer NBA season. But we'll see what happens this upcoming year with Paul George on the Philadelphia roster. But yeah, man, I was just impressed with these guys, man. And of course, we had to have some drama because everybody and their moms was crying, "Oh, Jason Tatum,
Oh
Jason
my
Tatum,
God.
why?"
You know I'm not on your side, right, on
I
this.
know you're not on my side, but here's what I'll say. I'll argue. I think everybody probably conferred like after the game, and so they saw the Twitter backlash again that Steve Kerr was receiving from the Serbia game that he got another
He threw
DNP.
math at them.
He got another DNP, and he was getting flack. And now it goes into the finals versus France, and Jason Tatum plays 11 minutes, and the guys that get the DNPs are Derek White and Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton is happy that he's there. Like he's along for the ride. He knows that he's
It's
not
a
supposed
great
to be.
experience for him.
He knows that he's
Yeah.
not supposed to be
It could
here.
like at his position, it could there's so many other players that could be there,
Yeah,
so
a
you're
hundred
happy.
percent,
You're happy you with this group. Like it's
a hundred
I want to
percent,
medal with like the veterans.
a
Yeah.
hundred percent. But when you're constructing that team, you're looking at like, hey, balance. Like they had Kawhi. Kawhi drops out, or they say that, at least on the Clippers end, they say that they told Kawhi to leave. They kicked him out.
Hmm.
um, and they bring Derek White in. I think Kawhi dropping out is another one of those blessings of like, hey, we need to create some sort of balance on this team. Like we have enough firepower. Like how many guys are we gonna ask to sacrifice? Devin Booker's doing it. Bam Adebayo, we know like what kind of guy he is. He ain't worried about shots or anything like that. He's gonna do the dirty work. He's gonna get
Yeah,
the
he's gonna play for the
rebounds.
team.
Like
AD
he's
also. AD did his
exactly
thing on that
80's that type of
those
guy as
specific
well.
roles. Like yeah.
You know, 80's that type of guy. There's a lot of times like we ask why 80 isn't as dominant because like he's a guy like a lot of times like he's passive, so he's gonna do the little things and like sacrifice and not really care
Hmm.
about like holding his hand up like yo I'm ready to shoot. Pass me the ball. I'm ready to shoot. Which is what Jason Tatum is. Like I would argue in this final last night that Jason Tatum got 11 minutes and Derek White got the DNP. That if Derek White got those 11 minutes, the game isn't as close than what it
Come
was yesterday.
on,
I'm
bro.
just saying, man. I'm just saying. Like, look, if everybody's offended that he got a couple DNPs, yes, Steve Kerr could have
It's
probably played him 2 minutes, but it's like, yo, man, like who the hell cares, bro?
nah,
Like,
but the thing is the discussion about this is it's not about like okay, like it's not gonna be a big deal. It's always gonna be a big deal because it's Jason Tatum. We're not gonna it's not gonna be a big deal for Halliburton because it's okay for him to not get minutes at this stage with the talent level of players that are there at each position, you know?
Mhm.
And, and what Curry does, I mean, what Halliburton does, it's something that Curry does. I mean, he's been doing this at the highest level, so you don't really need him. Then when Curry's not playing, you have Drew Holiday, which is a different type of point guard that brings a different balance. So yeah, I understand he's not gonna get minutes, but for a guy like Jason Tatum, when you have guys like Devin Booker and Ant playing also, why can't Jason Tatum play and have a specific role? Let me tell you why.
Mhm.
It came in right in a couple games and he was cold. Like the first game with him and the combination of him and KD's that was cold. That was cold. Like they were just like sharing buckets. They were just having fun. But you're telling me KD and Jason Tatum cannot exchange those buckets as well. Like Tatum is not as cold as Ant, so he couldn't get those minutes as well or share. I mean, I'm not saying like if Ant is going off already, okay, it's already too late. We're going with this combination. But even before that, you're telling me you're not thinking of putting Jason Tatum because you're gonna, oh, I'm going with Ant or I'm going with this. Like we're not talking about KD, Braun, or Curry. Those are like the three guys. But I'm just
Mhm.
saying, everyone else, balance or not, there's gonna be guys here for balance. But you're telling me Jason Tatum cannot get you three straight cold blooded buckets.
I, I would say no. I
Yeah,
would say no because
yeah,
Jason Tatum plays.
okay,
Look,
okay,
let's look at it.
okay,
Let's look
okay.
at it this way. Let's look at it this way.
Nah.
Who are the top three best players in the Celtics run to the championship this season?
um, Postseason.
Yeah, who are their top
W-
three
w-
best players in that run?
Offensively
Whatever you
or
want.
overall?
Who are the top three best players
I would
to
say
bring the
for
Celtics the
sure.
championship?
For sure, I would say Jalen Brown is part of it. That's why he
Uh-huh.
won MVP as well, right? He's the
Yes,
Finals MVP.
yes, yes.
He showed up. He was very angry. I would say this. I could say Drew Holiday was important as well,
Uh-huh. Let's go.
and I was definitely put
We got him, chat.
Jason Tatum third. No, you didn't get
You
me. I
bugging,
put
bro.
yeah. Who
You
are you gonna put
bugging.
third?
You
You
bugging.
gonna tell me Derek White?
Derek
Come
White.
on, Derek White had a great, great, great playoff run. He was doing the dirty work. He was even knocking shots that even made it easier for the Celtics to cruise by those teams because like everyone was just making shots. But I was telling you in the finals, like when Jason Tatum was not scoring, there was so many other things he was doing that sometimes we don't need to look at the stats. When you're seeing he's doing other things so well, I'm like, all right, but he showed up a couple games as well. It's not like he went all throughout the
A
postseason
couple
scoring 4 punts.
games. A couple games. In the
Man, you
conference
gotta. So
finals,
you're
man,
telling me
like
in the
Derek White
finals
was the
or conference?
man.
Oh my God. Okay. I agree. He was
Mhm.
the man, but you can't tell me like you're
But
gonna
but
who
even
is him
like
third
but even in with your
because Tatum
argument
was
right
doing
now,
dirty works as well, huh?
but even with your argument right now, we're talking about the third best player on the championship run, bro.
That's fine.
Like, that's why probably people were mad at, like, Derek White being chosen for
That could
Jalen
happen.
Brown.
Yeah.
But these guys play a specific style of basketball. You saw the
Mm.
clip that was going viral of him getting a wide open 3-point shot instead of just coming up and taking the shot.
Oh, come on. I'm not going to no
Let me
viral
let
clips.
me let me take that pump fake real quick and make my jump shot a little tougher and bricked it.
And but you
Let's
know
talk.
why? Because they murdered his confidence in the Olympics. Because he
Hey
knows he's
man,
getting petty minutes. And then he's probably thinking to himself,
you
like,
you got to
me,
stay
Jason
locked in.
Tatum, I just won a championship, and then
Put your
I'm getting petty minutes.
put your ego aside, brother.
It's not
Put
about
your
the ego. It's not about
uh
ego. Like at the end of the day, I don't think he's like not mad about like not getting minutes over these guys, some of these guys, but he's happy for his brothers. But at the end of the day, when you know your goal is to be that like that guy after when LeBron, KD, Curry, after they're done, like I want to be at that. And then when you're looking on the NBA, he can be that number one if he put in that work after
Right.
these guys, Mike.
100%. Listen,
But so
man.
if you're telling me I can't get those minutes, then you're telling me I'm Halliburton's level right now
Hey,
in
man.
the
Listen.
Olympics.
Listen, man. If you're a Celtics fan, you're happy. Look, I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna come back stateside, gonna run to Podcast P and tell his side of the story,
Podcast.
and be
He
and be
actually
let.
spoke a little bit. He
So
said that a lot of people texted me and reached out, like just make sure you use this as fuel. He was not really like aggressive about it. Obviously, we all know that he would
yeah,
say
yeah.
that
Now
he sacrificed a lot really to be in that position was tough. And then yeah, I understand that. You probably go into the Olympics thinking that you're gonna get some important minutes and put a name out yourself and be great with this team as well. But he said, hey, like 2028, I'm not gonna let this personal experience on the court, but I'm not going to make it any decision off emotions. Like he's just saying that whatever happened there, it doesn't don't go in 2028 telling me that, oh, I'm not gonna come there because of like it's like I'm not gonna put my emotion. So I respect his responses because like some people could come on hot, be like, yeah, I didn't understand what,
just
like
get just give it time, baby.
he
Once he
didn't make it
stay,
really about himself, but he expressed that the fact that he can express that he was frustrated, it means that, hey, like I'm going for like number one in the future. So I want to compete with guys like Luca and stuff like that for the number one spot. So he puts himself out of certain. That's what I respect. It didn't make sense. Okay, even
just
Draymond
give
Green was saying it makes sense. And every minute you give him after it was petty minutes. So he's not gonna be confident because he's saying like, damn, I don't deserve to be there at this
Oh
point.
man, them convos gonna be fun when Steve Kerr comes back to coach the Warriors. Gonna be fun.
Conference
The
finals.
no the conversations with Draymond.
You
When
think
he
they're gonna
comes.
talk about that?
Oh, Draymond's always
Why
running
would
his.
Draymond care? Like
You
Olympics
know
is
Dream.
done. The
You know
job is
he's.
done.
He's always
We're
running his
back to
mouth.
Golden State time. Like
You
we ain't
know
talking
he's
about no
always running his
Olympics.
mouth, man.
You weren't there
Like,
in Paris.
but listen, man. Tatum, 4 games, minutes, 17.5.
Where?
Hold
Like
on.
we talking about conference finals?
Hold on.
He was just sneezing, guys. So he was on
Yep.
mute. Yeah. Bless you.
3 point percentage, 0%.
Where? What are we talking about?
That's his
What
Olympics field
stats?
goal. That's
Oh,
his
I mean, it
Olympic
was
field goal.
not gonna be good, bro. Like, don't
Listen,
don't
man.
use this against him
Hold on.
when they put him in a situation to be bad. So yeah, so my point is that okay, like I said, that if you're not gonna play in game one, don't play him at all. If he's not part of your math, don't play him at all. Because at the moment now, the second game, you bench Drew Holiday, which is so visible that hey, I'm gonna sacrifice Drew Holiday game two to give Tatum a couple minutes because of the pressure that happened. Like talking about Steve Kerr in general. So now game three, I think he plays. I'm not sure. I can't really remember. Then against Serbia, you go back to not playing him. At this point, you don't have to play him in the finals because the finals you locked in with basically the guys that you played in against Serbia already. The only adjustment you made, you insert a KD in the lineup, which makes sense. We want to we want to have like from the get go, we wanted to get buckets. You don't have to go with Tatum at this point anymore because it's like clear that if you play him now, it's again the pressure. Now you're benching Derek White. It's so visible. Like we don't need to do all that. If you don't want to play him, don't play him. That's it. And you left off where like the stats. I'm like, yeah, the stats weren't gonna be great. He's not gonna be efficient because he knows he doesn't feel that he's part of that team.
Hey, man. Stay locked in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true. Stay locked in.
Stay locked in. You call
I
yourself a champ. When
I, I
you
agree
when
with that
you
one.
when your number's called, you got to be ready.
A few stats,
And
Mike. Braun got 3 Olympics. KD got 4. 8 straight for the women and 5 for the men. And KD is the most for men. He's the most gold medal overall. Now I'm gonna ask you something for the men.
mhm.
Who is for the woman? Now, one of them has six, and the
Diana
second one got,
Taurasi.
yep. And the second one, who you think it is? She got five.
Brianna Stewart.
No, Sue Bird
Oh, okay,
was in
okay,
there.
okay, okay, okay,
She
okay,
got five.
okay.
It
I
was Sue
forgot.
Bird and Tarasi, but Tarasi winning right now at six.
How old is Tarasi, man?
I
Like
think she's 40s, right?
I've
She's in
been
her 40s.
watching her
I'm not
since
too
high
sure.
school, bro.
Like, bro, like I think that's where the discussion was. Like, Caitlin Clark could have been there for her,
Nah,
but it's
nah.
history being made for her. You got to
Yeah.
give her that. They have enough to win. I'm pretty sure Caitlin Clark would have bring like a lot of excitement, but um, you got to reward these guys one more last time. Caitlin Clark's gonna have like probably like four straight Olympics or two. So, and sometimes moments could be a little bit different because I'm looking at Sabrina. Sabrina like couldn't get into her bag. And moments sometimes it's bigger for some players at the moment. So can we, before we close the gold medal discussion, Mike,
Hmm.
we want to also like the women won as well for USA against France,
Yep.
67-66. To me, the MVP for me was Williams, man. Like she put that team, she put France on
Yeah,
her
for
back to the
France.
last
Yeah.
second, to the last
Yeah.
bucket. It was an overall good game. I feel like USA were too excited to start the game. You could have seen that with so many turnovers they were having. Like you was just no, you just knew every time they got the rebound, you're like, yeah, turnover is gonna come in because they want to push the ball so quick. They're not looking over like the defender looking over the shoulder of those players trying to receive those passes. So I feel like it was a great adjustment for the coach. She inserted Kelsey Plum as a point guard just to bring a little bit calm with the ball, like holding the ball a little bit, like kind of reducing those turnovers, allowing a little consistency because the beginning was looking for Stewie. It didn't work out really. AJ Wilson had a couple buckets, but there was no consistency at all, which they kind of built a little bit with not turning over the ball. AJ Wilson got hers. Cooper got hers at some point, and Kelsey had hers as well. So overall, they were able to um, get the gold. Yeah, because the expectation for the women team is to get the gold, so they were able to.
Yeah. Got a little close there in the end, but toe on the line
Yeah, for
for
Williams.
Williams.
Shout out to
Um,
Badian also. She was playing good for France.
who?
Badian.
Who?
I'm
Oh,
probably
Badiana. Okay, okay. The center.
Badian.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the center. She came and do everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's tough, man. And they showed up. Like, like you gotta respect that, like from both teams, from both men
Man,
and
yeah, yeah.
women,
France did their thing. It's just
playing
talent.
at
It's just talent
home.
at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
playing at home under a lot of pressure.
yeah,
My expectation for like the men's team, for example, is like, straight blowouts. I don't none of these games should be competitive. This is the
yeah.
Avengers. And they
Hmm.
did that in the group stage until they got to Serbia, where they were down
Yeah.
and LeBron put the team on his back and they got the victory. And then,
They get
yesterday versus France, the game got a little close in the fourth
they got a
quarter,
little
but
close, but they're always able to like
you know,
get it. Yeah,
and Steph said, like, y'all don't know about me. Still.
he's still doubting me.
They know about you now, chef. Nui nui.
Nuit. Segue into that. The next topic is actually Curry. Um, w- let, let, let's move on to the next topic. Stephen Curry, four times NBA champion, four, right? Finally got his MVP against the Celtics in a moment that he needed it so much just to like, not really to kind of like put an exclamation point on his career. I know that he knew who he was, but is he wanted to show the world, I guess, who was still doubting him. It's the same thing as like Messi winning the World Cup. Like Messi didn't really need the World Cup to stamp that he's a top three, but it'd be like, here it is, moments. So Steph Curry is often com compared to like the GOATs.
Yeah.
But we know that he's not part of them. Like when I say part of them, like in terms of like I'm talking about the top two. Like he cannot enter the discussion for top two. If maybe you don't agree,
Yeah.
you don't.
No, no, no. I
Oh,
agree. Like,
okay, just the top two.
Jordan, LeBron,
Yeah,
the Kobe's, they're like in a different.
yeah, kind of like level.
Yeah.
But if you would think about the ranking for him, where does he stand in a all-time NBA list? Like, is he top 10?
I mean, for me, like this was an easy topic for me because I was like, I'm, people are like, recency bias type thing. I've been saying this since like I think
Your bias?
2017, 2018. No, 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 recency
Oh,
bias
okay,
for
okay,
other
sorry.
people, like,
Yeah.
on Twitter now. But for me, for example, I've been saying this for like since 2017, 2018, probably.
Mm.
Stephen Curry is a top five player of all time for me. Like,
What's the
that's
five?
easy. It would be Jordan, Shaq, LeBron, Curry, and I want to say Bird.
Okay,
I
so but
want
it's
to
not
say
it's
Bird.
not in like a ranking.
No,
It's
but
just throwing the five.
yeah,
Okay.
he's
Okay.
top
But
five for
he's
me,
like
man.
okay.
He's top five for
Now,
me,
so
man.
you're so you said Shaq, Kobe. No, sorry, you said Shaq, LeBron, MJ, Curry, and Bird.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
you're putting them over guys like Kobe, guys like Magic Johnson,
Yeah,
and who else can I say? Who else can I say? Who else? Okay, I think that's.
there's like Isaiah Thomas. If people want to go.
I think he passed Isaiah Thomas for me. Yes or no? I can see why some people would have Isaiah Thomas as well. But
Like,
Magic Johnson, do you think he's better than Magic Johnson overall?
to me, yes.
Okay.
Like what he's done, man. Like, in
Is it what makes you what makes you think he's better than a guy like Magic Johnson?
I mean,
What moments that he created is bigger than more besides because like I think Magic Johnson got where he has three rings or
uh,
four
he might have more.
more.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think you.
Let's
Yeah.
let's remove the rings. What moment why is Stephen Curry's moments high? It might be a tough question because
I
we haven't
mean,
really seen Magic Johnson
yeah.
like
I mean,
live.
it's like this generation as well when you're looking at it. Like, in terms of cultural impact, what
Yeah.
Curry means. Like, I count that as well. Like, on top of the basketball ability, it's like, yeah, like it's different because when I'm looking at Magic Johnson was a 6'9" point guard. You get what I mean? Like, he's
And I was gonna
more.
say this is a position that you played, so you're the best to put yourself and be like, who had it harder and who made that position, I guess, better. Like when
Yeah,
you're looking, because you're a point guard, so you're looking at both. You could
like
see how they're playing. Like, yeah, you could go. Sorry.
if I'm thinking about it, I'm like looking at comparing Magic would be more to like I would come like if it's like talent, skill wise, like we could probably say like, yo, Magic was probably better because he could defend 1 through 5. He could play 1 through 5. He could play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. And he did that in one of the finals. Like, he started at center for a Los Angeles Lakers team for a finals
So
because
that's a moment.
he had that ability because
Yeah.
he's a freak of nature type thing.
Okay.
But the viral moments that Curry has done in this generation of social media, like him being the role model that he is, he put his ego aside to play with a guy like Kevin Durant, where we kind of see like in the modern game, super teams do not work. Like, the only other super team that's ever worked is the Miami Heat. That's the only team that's worked. And then this Boston Celtics team, because like, they got it's like the Monstars, basically, like, with Drew Holiday and guys like Derek White doing the little dirty work that they do, and got KP vets like Al Horford and stuff like that. But super teams don't work. He put his ego aside, played with Kevin Durant. They won 2 championships. They went through 3 finals, got injured, could have had three in a row, and then goes to the 22 NBA Finals after. two horrible seasons back to back where he also got injured and goes to these finals when people count him out and say, like, yo, he can't do it against the Celtics teams that were bigger, more athletic than they are, beat them on their home court, got MVP, and then to put these two performances back to back in the semifinals and the finals of an Olympics team that has LeBron, Kevin Durant, who was on the court at the time too, Devin Booker, and was it Bam or Embiid that finished the quarter?
Um, I
I
want to say
think it
eight.
might have. I think it might
Is
have
it
been
AD?
Bam. Is it
Oh,
80? Oh yeah, yeah. No, it was 80. It was 80. It
I
was
think
80.
it's AD.
It was 80. Yeah, and they were double teaming him. They were double teaming him. 36 years old.
And they know they know he's gonna shoot, Mike. And then
Yeah, they
that's
know he's gonna shoot, and KD and LeBron and Devin Booker and AD's on the court, and they're still double teaming Steph Curry.
listen, bro.
Listen, man,
Listen.
legend,
We're talking about
legend.
we're talking about the greatest shooter ever. It's gonna hurt us if we leave it open. So you're like, at this point, you're like, hey, he just had two straight buckets. It's just about moments. You're not gonna double team him you're not gonna double team him when like maybe like in the first or second quarter when he didn't have any streak yet,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not needed yet. But at the end of the game, we can't afford to get another bucket like this. And you know if you're looking at Curry for years, you know he's gonna try. Even when LeBron, like, there was when he was getting those buckets, there was a bucket in the middle of his time when they got LeBron got the rebound. He clap his in and be like, "Yo, give me the ball." But LeBron saw like a breakthrough of, I think, Devin Booker was
Mm-hmm.
got that bucket. It was an easy
Streaking.
bucket. Yeah, it was an easy bucket. Like, like, relax. We're gonna get that easy bucket, but you're gonna he was yo, everyone knows he's gonna try to get the three again. Anywhere in the court, and he's probably gonna knock it. So hey, you
Listen,
got a
man,
double team, man.
when they were double
You know what?
teaming, when they were double teaming,
This is not a good
KD and LeBron had their hands up. They were waiting for the pass.
come
Still took
on,
it. Listen,
man.
man, legend, chef, legend.
I agree because he's the greatest shooter. So you're like, yeah, we're talking about the greatest shooter. So um
But for me, that's why, like, he has to be top five for me. Um,
okay, that's the thing. Like, I feel like this discussion should be you versus someone that watched Magic Johnson, who can go back and like get back with you with a viral moment as well of Magic Johnson that I can't name really on top of my head right now, but I know he was the one of the greatest complete point guard.
no, for
And you're
sure,
saying
for
complete,
sure.
it's kind of like kind of harsh and kind of hard, so I can't make that argument, Mike. Maybe next time we get someone from the 90s, like a whole head from the 90s and from the 80s maybe. Put that hat on and then come school us a little bit. Yeah, so all right, so we're done with this one. Final topic of the day. We're gonna do a
Yeah,
very
and Magic got five championships,
five championship. Okay, so
three
he's
NBA Finals MVPs, three
that's
NBA
something, Mike.
three NBA MVPs, 12-time All Star, and 9-time All NBA First Team.
Don't be sleeping on him, Mike.
Listen, man, I'm not sleeping on him, but you know, Steph is Steph, bro.
All
You
right.
know,
So yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Um, a quick La Liga and Premier League preview, and you wanted to see how everyone stands to see how the race is gonna go this year, Mike.
yeah.
And let's go in the Premier League first.
Mhm. What do you think? You
Now,
think it's a little bit more of the same? You think it's all
obviously
city
the
this year?
tops, it's all you can't really say nothing. You can't really say the top two is really obvious. It's gonna be against City and Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal got gonna still bring the consistency and they gotta you have to say it's the same. When I say the same, I'm talking about the same top three, kind of. Maybe Arsenal gets this one, but you still gotta respect that Manchester City is Manchester City. At some point, they're gonna lose that race, but you still gotta give them the respect and like for what they deserve, which is winning another Premier League. It may be different. Maybe Arsenal gets this one, but let's see. Arsenal, who they bring in? They bring Calafiori from
Mhm.
Bologna. I think this. I think they're keeping David Rea. I think I think they got him on loan with an obligation to buy or something.
Yeah.
They get some guy called Tommy Stafford. I'm not too familiar with him from Ajax. Then players are out like a Smith Rowe as expected. Nuno Tavares is out on a loan deal. Mohamed El Neri, free transfer. He's going to Al Jazeera. I'm not too sure if it's not Saudi Arabia. I'm not 200% sure. So basically, they're getting an extra center back. I'm not sure if they're gonna push for a striker, but you still got the same players. You still gonna build consistency. Every player should be getting better. Like guys like Saka, Odegaard, they should be better. Havertz, and then you bring extra leg in defense. That's not a bad deal. So let's go to City. Let's versus City. I know they bring in Savio from Girona. And who else they brought, Mike?
I can't think of anybody else they brought in. I could
Who
only
left?
think Julian Alvarez.
True.
Julian Alvarez. I don't know if Cancelo is going to be playing for them, but he's back. Uh,
Cancelo's out, bro.
yeah. um, but yeah, I mean the team stayed pretty much the same as well. De Bruyne stayed, Ederson
Stays there.
stayed, Silva stayed. Even with rumors of him going to
Hmm.
Barcelona. So,
And I expect
um,
guys like Gaviol to be better past that first year. They still have Mateus Nunes that can add extra leg in the midfield. I still consider him as new because he didn't play as much.
yeah.
Maybe second year you get more comfortable. I don't know if he's gonna insert Oscar Bob to the rotation, but Oscar Bob had a great preseason. So you can add this leg
Yeah, he has some
as a,
decisions to make because he has a, it's basically like a whole Cole Palmer situation again, I feel like, because, I mean, yeah, Julian Alvarez left, so that creates a little bit more minutes for that guys, but they're already talking internally about finding a backup striker because nobody on the team is like a natural striker
hmm
after Holland. Um, they got kids like Bob McAtee that came back and played a good preseason as
yeah.
well. So I think he's gonna have decisions to make about guys like Graylish, because like if you bring Savinho now, like why are you bringing him now and you still have Graylish? You bought in Doku last year, and Doku played pretty well in the game on Saturday as well versus United. Um, so you
So
know,
Savio is a left winger.
yeah, but he plays
So
both sides. But
well,
you
he's a
have
natural left winger, but we've seen him in the right side also at times. So you can probably give him minutes there as well, or on the left. Like, but you said the decision for Grealish, Grealish is gonna still be there because like he's a guy that does the job. You know, guys that do the job. He's gonna do the job, Mike.
yeah,
And when I say
okay.
the job, means like keeping the possession of the ball. So no, don't laugh. It's true. Like it's the job. Like if you can do this and then you minimize errors, so that's a hell of a job for a coach like Pep. So
Yeah,
it's interesting to see how he's gonna mix it up with Savio and if they're gonna get a backup striker or if they don't, who can play that position. I could see maybe him creating like another style when Allen's not here. Like God,
or go back to the
Silva as a false nine, like but he
fall.
has a
Yeah, go
different
back
role,
to the
like
false nines. Okay,
false
okay,
nine, yeah.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
so he's probably gonna create some stuff that teams are not used to. So you see a lot of situation where you can win the Premier League again. But
Okay.
so
So, what do you feel about Liverpool and Tottenham and their position
Liverpool,
right
I
now?
feel like after that transfer market that they had last season, so the new guys, like I said, they're only gonna get better overall with the team.
Hmm.
I expect Gakpo to come into the season after the Euro to see like, okay, he's a guy that you could lean on as well if you need. a extra magical moment. He's gonna be better. I hope they don't get. I hope like it's not all on Salah because I don't think Salah is gonna. He's not. He's still not. He's not the same player. So
Yeah,
other guys can step up overall as a team. I still think this. I'm not sure if that's on their plan. They still should look to get a defensive central midfielder if they can. I don't
yeah,
know if what I don't know if they're gonna go with Endo
yeah. It
this
seems like
season, but
that's the plan. But they also have Bajcetic.
yeah, that's true. And so I think a team like them they're always gonna challenge the league. It's about who can be more consistent, and you're always gonna gamble in City when it gets very tough. When like come February, like everyone has like 2, 3 points apart. Who can stay consistent? Who can be mentally strong? And these guys have been this. They've been in this situation on and on and on in the winning side. You on the losing side, can you click? Can you switch the? Can you make a switch during those times to stay consistent? It's all of it. Now with the players, the only thing they have to do is just in those moments elevate the level. So I feel like Liverpool got players that they can do that. I don't. They brought some. I think they brought a couple players. Let me check it out
Yeah,
for Liverpool.
I mean, yeah.
I expect a guy like Diaz to be better.
Diogo Jota is back as well, so he's not injured. So hopefully, he has an injury-free season. That could help them in the goal scoring department. Because I think they kind of lacked that at times last season.
Yeah,
But
when Nunes missing all those goals, I hope that he stays like a little bit efficient. No, like it's efficiency as well. So,
you know, but
um,
I
okay.
mean, I kind of like, United did they're doing some solid buys right now in terms of like reinforcements, but there was talk about a left back. We still don't see a left back incoming.
Mhm.
And
Don't you get? Are you aren't you getting Mazwawi? No, he's a right.
Yeah,
He's a
but
right,
he's a
right?
right back.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So we have no left back, which we forced Leacher to play left back last night. Um, and Yeah, I mean, there's we lost probably the best defensive right back in the league for uh 2 pack of chewing gums and a box of pencils. It's just I don't know, man. Like they're bringing in solid players, but Lenny Yoro, who was supposed to was probably going to be the
Maybe it's four
obviously
center back to start. Yeah,
a
development
development.
plan. Yeah,
I think Delete was probably the main man that Ten Hag was looking
to
for,
pairing with
which
Martinez.
with Martinez, which he got. Um, but now he's injured. He's out for 3 months. And so I don't know. Like we're gonna see, but guys like Rashford, Luke Shaw, those guys are past their expiration point with Manchester United. They should be leaving. But so far, they're doing some decent buys. I like what Aston Villa has done. Tottenham bought a striker in Solanke, quote unquote.
So
Um,
while we talking about like guys like Tottenham, so let's say top three is City, Liverpool, or Arsenal, Liverpool. Like so the
mhm,
4, 5, 6, 7. So we're talking about like teams that we're expecting to be like Tottenham and United, Chelsea, Aston Villa.
mhm.
And when you're talking about like guys like Tottenham who just got Solanke, and West Ham getting full Krug,
Yep,
and
I like their window as well. They
yep.
did good.
So we're seeing different teams like you said, West Ham. We have Austin. I think Aston Villa had a couple deals as well.
Yeah. They lost some
Yeah,
players,
they got like
they
Matson in.
Madsen came in, Onana came in,
Yep,
but they lost Douglas Luiz, who went to Juventus.
Juventus.
They lost
They
Diaby,
got
who
Ross
went
Barkley too.
okay. They lost they lost Diaby, who went to the Saudi Pro League.
Yeah. Douglas,
So
like you said.
yeah,
Morgan Sanson left as well.
so they lost a couple players. So I don't
Zaniolo,
know. I
Claymont.
mean, he
Yeah,
didn't
he
play
was
that.
on. Yeah, but yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't play
yeah.
as much
My bad, my bad.
for them. But he, I mean, he was a decent player. I like
Yeah,
him.
it was
But
like it was guys that contribute. Like you
yeah,
contribute when you off the
rotation
bench,
players.
rotational guys. So
Yeah.
so they have other guys, so they'll be okay.
Um, but yeah, for me, like, I think like you're right. I think those top three teams, even though people are trying to make fun of what's his name, the dude that just got signed to coach Liverpool. What's his name again? Oh man, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name already. Jesus. But they're already making fun on Twitter and stuff like that. They're saying that the players are already looking at him sideways in the
On the
cafeteria.
slot,
Yeah,
slope. Yeah.
Arne Slot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're already looking at him sideways. But I think those are the top three teams in the league currently. It's still City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Um, Tottenham really started off really strong last year. The team looked like it was going somewhere, but I'm kind of
They
concerned.
had like injuries that came
Yeah,
in, and then
yeah,
they started like losing
yeah.
couple
They lost the
point game.
momentum,
Yeah.
and now I'm really concerned about how this team looks defensively. So I'm not really thinking that Tottenham is gonna make noise this season. I'm
So you're
open to
replacing them with guys like Aston Villa and West Ham,
West Ham and Manchester United. I want to see what Unai
or
Emery
you
does with
we
this
haven't talked
new
about
crop.
Newcastle.
I don't. They haven't really recruited anybody. That's the thing. Like I
I mean,
mean,
they
they're
were
talking
battling
about
with injuries a lot last season. Maybe if they stay healthy, they show a different face.
they were.
They're like
I
Magnan.
think. I think. I think they got the best striker in the world, in my opinion. And Isak.
Isak,
Yeah, I think Isak is the best out and out.
striker in the world.
He's. I think he's the best striker in the world. Like his
Okay.
ability on the ball, at his size, and his finishing qualities with both feet. I think he's by far the best striker in the world. I know Kane is Kane, but
Yeah.
the technical ability that Isak has, like I think it's next level, man. Um, but you know, we still have to see what happens with Victor Osimhen. Chelsea's just buying players like like they're collecting Infinity Stones. Um, and he
We're
has to
gonna have a
leave.
discussion about that actually, but
He
not
has,
today.
yeah. I mean, but Osimhen has to leave, so we don't know where he's going, but he has to leave. Like he's
Yeah,
not
Napoli
staying.
president just also
Yeah.
spoke about like him, like since he last year he wanted to say that, to leave. So he said that yes, we're gonna in the next couple of days we're gonna it, it's gonna happen. Like he's gonna like he's just basically saying like he's not gonna be part of the squad moving forward. We
Yep.
just have to probably
And and
finalize with one of this team
and then Lukaku's gonna come in for them, so
for
we
just a
don't.
couple of days and then leave.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
So
like yeah, he's gonna come in Chelsea and then leave.
yeah. So I don't know if Osimhen will be a Chelsea player or if he's gonna go somewhere else, but
Well, we
more.
know Chelsea and PSG were the two teams that were after him.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe it's a team that we did not expect.
We shall see, but
Yeah.
we know. But he's a big name to look out for, but. So that might shake things up a little bit. But for now, like, teams I'm not really counting on are teams like, Chelsea, Tottenham. I kind of, you know, lost a little bit of respect for. I like what West Ham did a lot. I like the players that they brought in a lot. So it's gonna be fun. And what do you think for La Liga?
Yeah, so for La Liga, um, obviously with Real Madrid getting Mbappe, adding that to your offense is incredible. Still questions about the defensive side, like for center backs. We've seen last year how two of our best center backs dropped in like what a month apart, if I'm not mistaken, or something like this. So it's very dangerous to go to a league I mean a season, sorry, with just basically with just two center backs, kinda. Plus Tramini.
Many.
Yeah, so it's true because like who do we have after Militao and Rudiger? That's it. Alaba is your third, but he's not healthy yet. So for La Liga, Atletico Madrid is one of the team that has been busy in the transfer market. They went on and buy players like Lenormand from Real Sociedad. They're getting Julian Alvarez from Manchester City. They brought over Solorf. Is that not? It's Solorf.
Sorloth, yeah.
Solorf from Villarreal, and and is have they
Conor
fully?
Gallagher.
Is it fully like done? I know
Yeah,
like he landed in. Okay, so they had themselves a great transfer season, transfer summer. I want to say I expect La Liga to be a little bit tighter this season, even
same.
with the acquisition with Mbappe. I feel like overall, when you're looking at the balance of each team, I expect Barcelona to be better as well with under Flick with more calm. Like he's gonna bring more calm to his players. I feel like Xavi Xavi did a good job is when he won La Liga, um, getting back to Barcelona to a winning mentality. But I feel like Flick can. You're a representation of your coach. When Xavi was always emotional on the sideline, you bring kind of emotions to your players, which would lead to red cards. You would see how Barcelona would self-destruct often. And you're like I said, you're a representation of your coach. If Xavi always self-destructing on the sideline as well, I feel like Flick can bring a little bit more like a face to back of like not saying he's a great technician, but he can bring like a fierce to those team. I mean to Barcelona back, which would have Barcelona like at least like save a couple points to have La Liga a little bit tighter. I think Atletico Madrid as well would be slightly better with creating those depth that they have right now. They're yeah they're realizing like a great summer transfer. So I would say watch out for those three teams. And the reason why I'm not saying Real Madrid could repeat La Liga is because they haven't shown me that they can repeat La Ligas in years. So we'll see. Even when they have good squad and you expect Real Madrid winning the previous leagues to go to the next season and creating like a 3 year like dominant wave, they can't. So I can't really say. What's your opinion about La Liga this season?
I mean, same man. I think it's gonna be more balanced. So I like what Atletico Madrid has done. Um, as much as I'd like, for Real Madrid to dominate and be like, you know, popping these wins out left and
Where
right.
Joao Felix is
I like
staying?
some drama. I like some drama as well. I like some
Yeah,
competition.
yeah, yeah. Is he
So
staying, Joao Felix?
I don't think
At the
so.
moment, it's just they lost just Moata
Yeah,
and then they lost the pie on free.
yeah. They lost Saul as well. I think Saul left.
Savic as well.
Yeah,
Savic left. Saul Niguez went to Sevilla. You're
yeah.
right.
So they're getting a
And the
little bit
Turkish guy
younger.
also is in Fenerbahce. I'm just
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Soyuncu.
Soyuncu.
Yeah,
Soyuncu. Sorry.
Soyuncu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, they're getting younger. Refreshing the team a
A
little
little bit.
bit.
Yeah. Like yeah.
So
We yeah.
that's good for Cholo. But I like it, man. Teams like Sociedad, unfortunately, they're getting pickpocketed.
Not only Sociedad, Girona's getting pickpocketed as
Yeah.
well. They
I mean,
they
they
just
added
lost
some
Power Victor
players.
from Girona, who's
Yeah.
going to Barcelona, who had a good preseason. By the way, Barcelona just also added Dani Olmo.
True.
Um,
Yep.
so yeah.
So I like Barcelona. I like Atletico Madrid. So it's going to be a three-headed monster in La Liga this year,
hmm
and it's going to be, a flip of a coin who wins it this time around, even with Mbappe being added. So,
Mbappe
you know,
and Endrick is also added. Are
yeah.
we
I mean, that's not.
I just wanna say
That's...
who everyone who's added to the team.
Yeah, it's Mbappe. Mbappe was added to the team.
He's like, yeah, all right, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take
So
over. Like, let me take. I want to get um a quick glance on Girona real quick to see how many players they lost because I know like they lost Savio, they lost Pau Torre. Um, they lost. They added your friend Van der Beek,
Yes, they did.
but they're
They
going to the
added some
Champions League.
players.
They lost good important players too.
Yeah, they lost Dobrik to
Yeah, to AS
Rome,
Roma.
Ice Roma
Romeo was back to them for them.
from Barca. But yeah, man. I like La
Exactly, it
Liga.
is what it is. They lost Garcia. Oh, yeah, Garcia
Yeah, he's staying at
to
Barca.
Leverkusen. No, he's going to Alex Garcia is going
Oh,
to
Alex
Leverkusen.
Garcia. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, damn. They lost quite a few players.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I knew I missed one. That's why they were so quiet right now. Jan Kuto also they lost.
Where did he go?
He went to
Oh,
Dortmund.
Dortmund. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. Yeah.
yeah. He's I
Damn.
don't.
That team
He's
is yeah, that team is
they dissected them, man. And it was great to see like their story in La Liga
Yeah.
on the show that they have on the Netflix. It was very good to know to understand like they lo they missed two straight opportunities to go to the first division before they did. So mentally strong, getting that coach come in and be like, hey, listen, we want to go to the first division. He comes in, he qualifies them to the first La Liga, but not only he qualifies them to first division, he finishes third.
Yep.
Like he beat the odd, like a crazy odd.
Yep.
I'll be so surprised if he comes back next season and they're like borderline in the red zone and they
Yeah,
fire him.
it'll be tough. It'll be
It'll
like
be
a
tough. It's the same thing
Ranieri.
for Sevilla. The guy they bought for Sevilla, I'm missing the name right now. They bought him. He wins the Europa. He goes to the next season. Sevilla was ass. Sorry for it was like they were straight bad, and then they fire him. I'm like, that's too early. He just
Yeah.
won you guys a Europa League. Oh
It'll be
well,
a whole Ranieri situation.
yeah. I think he retired Ranieri.
Really?
Shout outs
Oh,
to him. Yeah, I think he did. Shout outs
okay.
to him, man. Ranieri is the super saver.
Facts.
Anywhere is like there's a fire, get him. Get him in. He'll get you out of the regulation zone. So yeah, so that was good. We're going to the final segment of the show. It is what's up with that? Like I said, if you guys remember, it's the segment where I throw a very subtopic at Mike. You got 60 seconds to give me a reaction of what he feels about that, and it's called "What's Up with That." And Mike, whenever you're ready, I can start with you.
Let's go.
So, how do you feel about Solanke going to the Tottenham?
I like Solanke going to Tottenham, but 60 million though? What
Okay,
are we talking about, man?
all right.
Coming from Bournemouth? 60 million? Come on, man. Like stop it. That's why I asked you like how much is a guy like Watkins is worth? And you're like, all right, I guess he's worth 90 now.
90, yeah.
Dude, stop it, man. 30
Uh,
million. 30 million.
Danny Olmo to Barcelona. How do you feel about that?
How many midfielders do you need that do the same thing, dude? Like what? Why? Gavi's coming back, Pedri's coming back. Like, why? You got Frankie De Jong still on
I
the
guess he's a little bit
books.
different. He's like a different style of midfielder that can also play very high, but has a different role. So I guess I'm not
I
sure.
guess, man. And I guess,
Yeah.
when coaches come in, they actually want their own
They're
players as
on, yeah. Be
well.
like, yeah, give me this, bro. He could do
So
this job for me.
I guess that's
Um,
why.
LeBron James getting posterized by Gershon Yabusele.
What are you talking about? That never happened.
Okay. Kane, re- Kane refusing the captain armband versus Tottenham when they won the silverware. And
Shout
he
outs
won
to
it.
you. A pointless trophy, and you don't even want to raise it. Wow. You don't want to raise it because it's against your former team. Oh my goodness. You're such a class act, Kane. You're such a class act.
Jason Tatum getting the petty minutes.
Hey man, shout out to you. It's like here nigga damn moment. It's like it's like it's like Steve Kerr's just like tired of the internet. It's like, yo, geez, man, yeah,
Jeez,
go
here it is.
play. Man, stop crying. Like
Akanji comments versus the Man United last
oh, honestly, we were
we
drunk
were
last time
drunk.
we played.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to you gotta be a pro.
Okay.
You gotta be
Fair
a
enough.
professional, man. Like that's on y'all. I don't
Oh,
care.
we'll take everything that
Yeah.
everything on the way. Where does the night celebration rank in an all-time celebration, which includes any celebration, even the LeBron, like
I
the stump.
mean,
There's the Cristiano Ronaldo Calma. There's the
yeah,
Messi
Sue.
jersey celebration. There's the CU. There's the Messi. There's the Kobe Bryant stare. There's the MJ. Um, like
Shrug.
the
Yeah, the
yeah.
shrug.
There's
Yeah,
so many important like ones. Like
it's up there, man. I think now that it was on a global rank, like global stage,
th-
kids are gonna be like kids playing basketball.
yeah, it's
They're
gonna
gonna
be
be
you can
probably
yeah.
doing that, but Sue is like
Oh, you saying that
Sue.
because you're a
Sue.
Ronaldo fan?
No, 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 no. I'm not saying that because I'm a Ronaldo
There's the
fan.
Ronaldo
People do
the
sue in tennis,
you're right.
volleyball,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're
like
right. You're
they
right.
do it anywhere, man. So,
And
you
you
know,
can always count on Ganacho to push that for 20 years. He will. He will.
but I think Night Night will be. I think it might be top
Let's see.
five, man. It
It
might
needs
be
to be
top
it needs
five.
to be like marinated to see
Yeah,
like how it yeah. Let's see. Funniest moment you saw in the Olympics. The funniest thing you saw.
the
Any
breakdancing.
the
The
break this is the funniest?
the Australian. Oh, well, actually, no. I'm taking that back. The guy, it was is it called pole vaulting? Whatever it's called, like the guy with his junk that got
Okay.
hit on
I was like, are you
the
sure you
pole
100?
bar, and then the porn site offered him 250K to shoot porn. Yeah, that might have been
That's
the
the fun,
funniest.
yeah.
That might have been the
Yeah, I would
funniest.
say so. I think this is the funniest. Either this or the Turkish guy with his hands in his pockets.
Oh, with the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
shooting.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I
That
just
was a me who's
calling his wife in Turkey, be like, yeah, I'll be home early. I'll be
me
home
who
early.
me who's an anime fan.
Get the kebab ready.
I love that.
I'll be home early. Shit, I'm done.
My man said I'm a natural born shooter.
He was, his AirPods was on the other side. We didn't see it. He was
That's
talking. He was like, yeah,
crazy.
I'm done already. But I will give you that one. I think the junk one is like the probably the funniest moment. Yeah, in the Olympics.
That man he's gonna get so many women off of that.
The meme's gonna be jumping. Any last words before I close the show, Mike?
Nah, man. Nah. Good show. Good to be
Yeah,
back.
episode 83. Seasons are gonna be back for all major tournaments, football, La Liga, Liga, Premier League, Turkish league started yesterday, and Mourinho had a yellow card already early on. So, Turkish league's gonna be made money with Mourinho. And so yeah, so we're gonna be back more often. This was episode 83. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and peace.
Peace.